Hi, it's Becky. Welcome back to my channel. My channel is all about my good midlife crisis, where I'm journeying through my 40s, working very hard to get my poop in a group. In order to do this, I have been working on my physical, my financial, and my mental health. And today's video is going to be a financial health check-in. Today is Friday, March the 31st, and today I am going to be doing my first week's budget for the month of April. Technically, April doesn't start until tomorrow, but today is my third payday for the month of March, and I am going to be putting that toward my April budget since it's basically April. If you are new, welcome. I'm super excited that you're here. I hope that you can take things that I am saying and apply them to your own budgeting journey. And if you are not new, welcome back. Did you miss me? I wasn't here last week. I was on a cruise. It was a little bit awesome. Y'all, I had the absolute best time. I am so hooked. I'm ready to go back. I'm already looking at cruises for next year. If we're being honest, I'm looking at cruises for like next month, but I'm realistic and I know I can't afford that because I'm looking at my numbers. So, without further ado, I'm going to shrink myself up into the corner because I have a lot to go over today and I have a lot to get caught up on at work. So, I'm going to shrink myself. Don't worry, I'm going to talk. I always talk. If you're new, I talk a lot. But I am going to shrink myself and keep talking. Plus, y'all, my computer needs some serious work. It's doing the laggy thing again, and it irritates me to see it. So, okay. Hi, this is my budget. If you're not familiar with the program you're looking at, this is a program called YNAB, which is You Need a Budget. And this is how I do my digital cash stuffing. This program is fantastic. It has literally changed my life, and I could go on and on and on for hours. I literally do that sometimes with people, and I don't want to do that to you because I don't have time, and you probably don't want me to. If you do, I will. Don't worry, I can do that. But basically, what this is it's the digital way of doing cash envelopes. If you are familiar with like the Dave Ramsey way of doing things where you draw all of your money out of the bank and you put it in physical envelopes. Like I actually have envelopes because I I do sometimes, this is fake money, but I do sometimes do fake cash stuffing just for myself to track it to see if that helps me do better. It doesn't, spoiler alert, because cash means nothing to my brain. So if you're familiar with that, this is the digital way of doing that if you don't want to use physical cash. And this works better for me. It works better for a lot of people. And this is how I do it. You can leave your money in your bank. You can use credit cards if you are responsible enough to use credit cards, which I did not used to be, and now I am. And it helps you track where your money is and assign it jobs without using physical cash. I have a lot of videos about this. There are a lot of help videos about this program. If you are interested, I can link you some. I have a origin story playlist that I will link below of when I first started using YNAB and how it helped me. Like you can watch me in real time figure out how to use this and how it changed me, how I went from having literally no money left in between paychecks to having, I think, I can't remember how much, but I like went from zero money in between paychecks to $60 to $100 in between my first, like in my first month, just from using this program, just from budgeting. And now I'm a couple of years into it and I have savings and I just went on a cruise and I'm planning to pay that cruise off without any interest, with no debt. Like this program is life changing. Budgeting in general is life changing. This program is how it worked for me. I'm a big proponent of you do the budgeting system that works for you. If the cash way works for you, do it. If the digital way works for you, do it. If there's another way that works for you, do it. You've got to do with the way that works for you as long as you are doing something. That's the way that you should do it. Don't let somebody tell you that there's only one way to do it, because that's the way that I understood it for years, and I thought that I just couldn't do budgeting, and I gave up, and I understood that I was just never going to be able to do it, because I couldn't do it the one way I thought you had to do it, and it didn't work for me. And so I gave up. And I was in my 40s before I realized that it wasn't that I couldn't budget. It's that that way didn't work for my brain. And this way does. Anyway, that's my spiel. Y'all, it's only 7:10 this morning. I'm a little bit ahead of the game. So I am going to just jump right in. My paycheck and a little bit of cash back that I have is what you see here in my ready to assign. I have $1,704.26 to assign. Of course, the 426 is there. There's always 426 somewhere. That was my sister's birthday, if you're not familiar with me. So this is what I have to assign today. I have money left in my cruise budget. If you watched the last video that I put out for this budgeting, I had a cruise budget. I have a little bit left. I have to figure out how to make that work because it's in cash. It's not in digital. So because some of it is, most of what I have left is cash that my cousin paid me back for the parking. It's $50. So I'm thinking what I might do is just use that for the ecclesial expenses and not but for right now, I'm just going to pretend that money doesn't exist. But y'all, I actually stayed under my cruise budget. And if there's time left at the end of the video, I'll go into the cruise budget. But let's see if we can. I am going to do a whole cruise video. I did take a lot of video and a lot of pictures, but they're all on my camera, which is why you didn't see me post a lot because the camera is a memory card. And I didn't want to spend my whole vacation like in my room on my computer trying to take videos and pictures off the memory card and put them on my computer. And then once I got home, work was chaotic. One of my coworkers' last day was Monday, and then we've been slammed at work. Work was so busy, and then I was sick yesterday, and like Monday was busy, Tuesday was busy. Yesterday, I don't know, I've just been so busy. Yesterday I was not feeling good at all, like all day yesterday, last night, Wednesday night and Thursday, all day I was not feeling well. Like I think I ate something that aggravated my celiac. I have celiac if you're new to this channel. I don't know what it was. It might have been a stomach bug. It might have been something I ate. I don't know. I don't know what I could have possibly eaten. I'm just thankful it happened once I was home and not when I was on my vacation because a week ago yesterday, I was on a boat in the middle of a river, not the ship, like a little boat with no bathrooms and no walls, like a little speedboat in a river in Belize. There would have been no bathrooms. I'm very thankful that this happened this week and not last week because it would have been very bad last week. So whatever it was, I'm glad I was home. But anyway, that's TMI. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, it's just been a chaotic week for me, trying to play catch up now that I'm home. 1000% worth every minute of what I am dealing with now that I'm home to have gone on that trip. There are some people who literally go on cruises for a living. That might be my goal in life, y'all, because that's amazing. Like, even Nathan, my roommate, who really wasn't sure if he even wanted to go, is hooked. He loved it more than he even wanted to. Like, this was the best trip. My cousin went with me. He loved it. Like, he even was texting me last night and was like, we need to go again. I was like, yeah, I legit almost booked one for September before I was like, Becky, you need to calm down. If you have ever been on a cruise, let me know. Did you love it? Like, I loved it. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Also, if you watched that video that I put out right before I went on the cruise and you're looking for a fun savings challenge, try to save $1 for every time I said the word cruise in that video. Because I said it a lot, like a lot. I watched it back and I was like, I think I might have been a little bit excited about that trip. And I was right. It was the best. Okay. For reals, we're going to jump into this. So what I do is I have this money here, the 1704.26 that is in my ready to be assigned. This is a combination of my paycheck, some cash back that I received from a couple of cards, my Venmo card and my PayPal card. And then I cashed out a couple of surveys that I did. I think I'm going to stop doing those surveys. They're just not worth my time. Really, the only ones that I get are like for my cell phone. And this one, I was doing a shampoo thing. So that's why I finally had enough to cash out. And I was like, I'm going to cash out. I'm going to stop. I'm done with the surveys for now. But anyway, this is what I have to distribute. And what I am going to do, even though it's technically still March, I'm going to put this money into April because this is for my April budget. So, well, yeah, I am. So, for dining out, I give myself $50 every week. For groceries, I give myself $75 every week. But I have a Thrive Market box that is going to ship tomorrow. And I haven't done a Thrive Market box in like 3 months. So I am going to let this one ship. I don't do a lot with Thrive. And this is totally not sponsored. I just, because once I became celiac, once I was diagnosed with that, they do have a lot of gluten-free options, and that it's some of them are harder to find. Some of them I can find in my local stores, but they're just cheaper on Thrive. But I don't go through them a lot because it's just me. And I do eat out more than I probably should. So I don't go through them a lot. But every couple of months, I'll let that box ship. And I am going to go ahead and let this box ship because I am running low on a couple of things and I like what they have. I like their noodles, some of the noodles that they have. I like they have the char what do they have? They have this like graham cracker that's covered in chocolate that I like to eat with some marshmallow fluff. Obviously not healthy, but it's a really yummy snack to have every once in a while, so I'm going to let that come. They have some gluten-free breadcrumbs that I like to make a meatloaf with or bread some chicken with. I'm almost out of that, so I'm going to let that ship. So I have a box coming, and that's about $50. I'm not going to take that out of my regular groceries because I do actually need to stock up on regular groceries because I let everything deplete. Because I wasn't here. So I am going to put an additional $50. So normally I do $75. I'm going to put an additional $50. So I'm going to give myself $125 for groceries this week. Fun money, I give myself $10 every week. I will be going to the Renaissance Fair, Lord willing, sometime in the next couple of weeks, not this weekend. I want to go see my mom this weekend. I haven't seen her in a few weeks, and I do plan to go see Jins this weekend too, Lord willing. I haven't seen them in a long time because between my trip and me being sick and them being sick, it just hasn't worked out to go see them. So I really want to go see them. This evening is my plan. Ecclesial expenses, I give myself $60 for that every weekend. That is $40 for the donation, $20 to go out for lunch afterwards. I give myself $50, nope, not $5, $50 for gas every paycheck. So I don't typically use it. Like I still have $25, $28 in there from last check, but I'm going to let this start building up. If I need to pull from there to cover something, I will. But gas is going up. I know it's over $3 right now, so just in case I need I'll start putting it in there. And then I give myself $25 every paycheck for self-care. This is for things like perfume, which I did finally remember to cancel Scentbird. So Scentbird, again, not sponsored. This is a very highly sponsored thing, but I'm not sponsored by anybody. Though I am starting to get, sorry for the awkward angle, I have a Scentbird thing somewhere sitting behind my computer. But I am starting to get like emails from people wanting to work with me. Sorry, this is really, oh, here it is. But my channel's not very big, so they're not very good sponsors, and I don't want to just be somebody who works with anybody. I want to make sure that if I work with somebody, it's somebody that I actually know who they are, and I want to be, I don't want to just recommend somebody because they offered me money. So if you ever see me sponsor somebody, it will be somebody that I believe in. So just FYI, that's probably very far into the future because somebody that I actually believe in wanting to work with me is probably not something that will happen anytime soon because I don't even have 1,000 subscribers yet, though we are getting very, very close. We're at like 915 as of like this morning, I think. But anyway, Scentbird is like where you get the trial size little perfumes, and there's normally, it's in my room, the one that like you can actually spray, but I wanted to get one to go on the trip with me because the perfume that I wear it's a nice one. It's Versace Bright Crystal, but it's a big bottle and it's got a big lid, and I wanted to have a size that I could bring on the trip with me. And then I really like the scent Pie. It's a man scent, and I just like to have that. So I wanted a little trial size of that too. And then I forgot to cancel it. And so I got a third one accidentally. That was my bad for canceling. All FYI, they are, if you do have a trial or if you're thinking about signing up for a trial, they do make it kind of difficult to cancel. You have to like email them. You can't just cancel. You have to like, you can pause it for 3 months, but you can't just cancel it on the website. You have to like send them an email and then they send you an email back like, are you sure? Then you have to be like, yes, I am sure I would like to cancel. And then, but I did cancel it now. So I did accidentally do an extra month of that, but I was taking that out of self care. So nails, haircuts, perfumes, things like that. I was taking out of self care. Fun money is things like going to the Renaissance Fair, going to the movies, things like that. That's how I classify those. Pet expenses, I give myself $50 every month. That is for things like dog food, cat food, whatever they need for like shampoo, things like that. Nathan's dad was here last week. He was watching the animals while we were out of town. And that stubborn old man would not use my card to buy dog food. I left it for him to buy dog food and he bought it again. So again, I have money left over in this category, but when I have money left over in this category, I move it into my pet emergency fund, and that pet emergency fund is for things like unexpected vet bills. Well, actually, even expected vet bills and things like that. So that $15 that's left over, at the end of the day today, I will move it down into actually, we can just do it now. So let's go into, you can see how I do this, how I move things from category to category. So I have $15 left in this category. You just click there and you move $15 and I'm going to start typing the name of the category I want to move it into. And I hit pet emergency and it moves that money out of this category. And now it's down in my pet emergency category, which is now at 115. What I had done is gotten all my like basic categories to $100 and then I'm stopping putting anything in there like on a regular basis until my card is paid off that I put the cruise on. Then I'll start putting money back in there. Normally I would put $50 a month in here on a regular basis plus whatever's left over. But until that cruise is paid off, I'm not putting anything in there. Unless there's actually an emergency, then obviously I will fund that. But thankfully right now there hasn't been. So I don't need to. So that money is now in the pet emergency fund, and we'll go back up here. So I'm in April, my pets. So my household gets $50 every month. Household are for things like toilet paper, for cleaning supplies, for laundry detergent, things like that for the house that are. Some people lump this in with groceries. Some people don't. I do not because I want to see what I am actually spending on food. Food is a big thing for me where I spend a lot of money. And so I want to see what I actually spend on food every month. And so I separate out my dog, cat food, and my household items from them so I can actually track what I am actually spending on food compared to what I am spending on other items. That's just a personal choice. There's no wrong way to do this. That's just how I choose to do it. And that's why I choose to do it that way. But again, most people lump, like Nathan, my roommate, when he does his pet food, household items, groceries, that's all one category for him. For me, it's separate. Budgeting, I put $25 a month in here. This is for buying things like my stickers that I buy for I buy my stickers from Life in Envelopes. I buy pens for my budgeting. I buy things like that. That is what this category is for. Anything that's left, I leave in here. And then when we reach 1,000 subscribers, I am planning to do a giveaway. So if you're not yet subscribed, make sure you subscribe so you can be a part of that giveaway because there is going to be a giveaway at 1,000 subscribers. So you want to be a part of it. Reimbursable expenses. I do not budget anything in here. This is for if I cover any expenses for anybody. Mostly it's Nathan because we live together. But if I cover any expenses for anybody and then they pay me back. Like last month I covered some expenses for people that were going on the cruise. I prepaid for the dining. We did a specialty dining, and there were 9 of us total that went on this cruise. And I prepaid for the specialty dining. Everybody paid me back. So I didn't want it to come out of my budget for the cruise because it wasn't money that really I was paying for. They were paying me back. So I put it in this category and then they paid me back. And when they paid me back, I put the money into this category. Right now, nobody owes me anything. So this is Nathan had owed me some, but when I paid rent, it balances out. So there's nothing due here. Um, my mom's car insurance is due on the 1st. I do pay some money for some bills for my mom. I do know that I have quite a few comments that I need to catch up on, y'all. I'm sorry again. I have had a chaotic week, but I am going to sit down hopefully this afternoon or this evening, maybe tomorrow morning, and try to get caught up. I also have quite a few videos. I just have been completely out of pocket, and this week has gotten away from me. But I am going to get caught up on videos and comments and try to get my life back on track. But somebody did ask why I pay some of my mom's bills. I pay some of my mom's bills for a couple of reasons. One, when I was younger, my parents paid almost all of my bills. I was, like I said, I spent years trying to get my life in order, thinking I just didn't know what I was doing and budgeting wasn't for me. I was always broke. Always, like I would wake up on payday with a negative balance. And my parents paid a lot of my bills for me. My parents paid my car insurance until I was in my 30s. My parents paid for my car insurance. I just left my car registered at their house and they just paid for my car insurance. My parents gave me money. My parents would give me gas money. My parents would give me grocery money. Like, this is embarrassing for me to say, but I was in my 30s before I finally paid my own rent fully on a regular basis, before I paid for my own groceries, before I paid for my own stuff. My parents paid for a lot of things for me. And instead of being able to save money for retirement, my parents did, and they did that for my sister as well. My sister was disabled and had 5 children. Well, she had, yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. My sister was disabled. Um, and it was not through any fault of her own. It was a disease that she ended up having and caused her to become disabled. So it's not like she could have foreseen that this was going to happen to her. It wasn't poor planning on her part. So anyway, my parents spent a lot of their retirement money taking care of my sister and myself, and were therefore not able to save like they should have been able to. And then when my father passed away a few years ago, my mom's income was effectively cut in more than half, and it left her in very reduced circumstances. And my way of being able to repay her and say thank you for helping me through the years that I should have been able to take care of myself and just didn't know how, is to pay some bills for her. I don't pay all of her bills. She pays her own rent. She pays her own gas. She pays a lot of her own bills. But this is just my way of saying thank you. So that is why I pay my mom's bills. So because she helped me and because she is in very reduced circumstances now, that is why I do. Plus, she's my mom and I love her. And if I can, I want to. There's no obligation. And if I couldn't, she would do it. And I know that she would be okay. But I can. So I want to. So yes, I pay my mom's car insurance. My car insurance is due on the 1st. I've already budgeted this. Did I? No, I did not. This is coming out of Geico. This is a car insurance that is for both my car and a car that I have financed that a friend of mine pays. He pays me, here we go. Why is this being weird? He pays me every month for his car payment and for his part of the car insurance. He has already paid me. He pays me around the 12th to the 15th every month. He consistently pays me. He has for years, and he's already paid me for this one. So, and y'all, I got my Geico renewal letter, and it didn't change at all. I was so concerned that it was going to go up because last year it went up a ridiculous amount. I can't remember what it was, but it was like a ridiculous amount. It was $100 a month or something, like stupid. And it didn't change at all. It stayed the exact same amount this year. Like for the next 6 months, it hasn't changed. So thankfully, I don't have to rebudget. It stayed the same. My mom's did go up like $8 or something. I'm not worried about that. But mine stayed the same. So we're good on that. I don't have to redo that whole budget. And then Aflac comes out on the 5th. That is $37.57. And Adobe Express comes out on the 5th. That is $10.81. Those are the only bills that I have to pay. So this budget, the way I do my budgeting week is I go from a Friday to a Thursday. So Friday, today the 31st, through next Thursday, which is the 6th. So I have to make sure I cover all of the bills that are due before the 6th. So that is everything from the 1st through the 5th. Now I've already paid my rent. I've already budgeted for my mom's car insurance out of my last check. And then, I do have, which I, for some reason, do out of the previous month, just because I always pay it out of the previous month. And I did already, stop it. I did already set it up to come out so it looks like it's overspent, but it's not. It just, the way YNAB does it, is I pay my Best Buy on the 1st. I always pay it. I just set it to come out today. So $130. This is my Best Buy credit card. It's a no interest card. I have to pay it off by June. I now only have $232, so I'll pay, May's payment will be $130. And then in June, I have $102 to pay, and then that'll be paid off before the interest hits. And that will be the end of that card. Yay! Be paid off before the interest hits. Okay, I think that's the only thing I have to put into March. Everything else goes into April. And those are all of my bills. Let me just make sure. I'm just looking, y'all. Looking at my budget. So the way I do this, if you're new, if you're not new, you know this. But I do my plan in my Budget by Paycheck book by the Budget Mom, which I do normally do a recording of this, and I put it up prior to this. So I plan the month out ahead of time, which I did do all of this on Tuesday, and I was planning to record this on Wednesday night, and then I didn't feel great on Wednesday night, so I was going to do this last night, and I felt even worse last night. So tonight I'm going to Ginny's. Maybe I will record this on Saturday. If I don't get it recorded on Saturday, hopefully I'll record it for y'all on Sunday. I do plan to record and put out my April budget with me for the Budget Mom Budget by Paycheck book at some point. I promise that video should be coming out. I just, again, this week has not gone to plan for me. So, but that's how I do it. I plan it all out, and then I put it into YNAB on that Friday. So, it's very much like a budget, like a cash stuffing. I make a plan, and then I stuff it into my envelopes on Fridays when I get paid. Or if I don't get paid, I roll it over. We'll see at the end of this. Okay, so we're back to where I was. All of the bills that need to be paid this week have been stuffed. And then if you're not familiar with YNAB, you can see, because I have my plans set up. I've been doing this for a while, and I have these set to auto draft. Like, YNAB knows when my bills are due. This knows that I am going to have $10.81 coming out. This knows that that $21.64 is going to come out. So it's telling me that it knows that $21.64 is coming out. That's what this number right here is. I know that it's not due until the 8th, so I'm not concerned, but this is what these numbers here are telling me. This is the total that is going to be coming out. This doesn't have an amount due because nothing's coming out this month, but if I were to go into May, there would be, hopefully, a number there. Yes, see, $18.40 will be there because this is a bill that hits every other month. So that's what those numbers are. Those numbers are there will be money coming out this month for this, and it's just giving you a heads up that money will be coming out for this, so you can plan accordingly. If it knows, if you've put it in there. So that is how, and then you do that by scheduling a transaction in your account, and you can schedule that in any of the accounts. So if it hits your checking account, you schedule it in your checking account. If it's scheduled to come out on a credit card, you schedule it on your credit card. However, you just schedule it, and that's an easy thing to do. Let me see if I can show you. So here, like, I know that my mom's car insurance is going to come out on the 1st. So, and I have it set as a repeating bill. So on the 1st, my mom's car insurance will come out for $96.70. And then this is set to repeat every month. So it repeats monthly. So every month on the 1st, this bill will repeat. Once this hits, it will repeat again on May 1st. And that way I don't have to remember to put this bill in every month, and YNAB will auto repeat it. It does that for all of the bills that you put in. You don't have to make it a repeating. You have to tell it to repeat if you want it to. These are bills that I paid this morning. Every Friday, I try to go in and pay my credit cards off. That's how I do my credit cards. Okay, let's go back to my budget. Sorry. This is what happens when you give Becky an extra like 15 minutes. I go into too much detail. But some people like detail. So I hope you do. I hope this is helpful if you're looking to get into YNAB or you have questions about YNAB. I hope this is helping you. I really do. Where was I? Okay, so we did the bills. I know I need to put some money in my mom's utilities, but I don't have anything scheduled for that right now. I need to make Seth's extra car payment. So Seth is the friend that is paying the car that I financed. His actual minimum payment is $269.85, but because we overpay it every month, it gets less and less. It's the actual minimum payment that it auto drafts was only, what did I say it was? Let me go back. It only auto drafted $206. So I need to make another payment of $118.53. I just haven't had a chance to go in and make that extra payment yet. So I need to go make that extra payment. I'll do that after we're done with this. My mom's phone isn't due until the 27th. That's all I have. Okay. So surprise expenses. I'm going to put in $120 toward medical bills. This is saying $213.91, but I know that like 100 of that $99 is just not hitting. That's a liver biopsy payment, and for some reason, they're just not charging me that last $99. I need to follow up on that. It still hasn't hit my account. I don't know why they're not charging me that $99. I need to follow up and find out why they're not charging me. I'm not mad. I just want to make sure that it's for sure that account is closed and I'm not suddenly going to get a collections notice for that $100 that I am prepared to pay and they just have not charged me. I don't know why. This healthcare, this is my HSA. I don't put money into this from here. This money goes in from my paycheck before I even get it. Like it goes in automatically. Gifts and giving, I put $100. I put $50 into gifts and giving and $50 into tip. My niece is married and her spouse just got approved for disability. So that means that in 60 days, give or take, the partner will be getting back pay and hopefully Tiffany will be able to take them off of her health insurance, giving her more take-home pay, and that will give them more income, and hopefully, they won't need as much assistance, and this will help out. But for now, I did send them some more money, so I know that I need to take money out of this right now already. But for right now, what is this? What is coming out of here? What? Hang on, I know it tells you here, upcoming transaction. Oh, Tiffany's toothbrush head. So for her birthday, I bought Tiffany, my niece, toothbrush, like an electric toothbrush, and it's set to like every 6 months or I think every 6 months, do a replacement head auto ship, and that is what that is. I forgot. I'm glad I set that up on auto pay because I totally forgot about that. So that will come today. That's a gift though. Okay. That'll ship this month. Anyway, stuff I forgot to budget for, I put $20 in here every month. I draw that out in cash and then I carry that around at the end of the month. If I don't spend it, I put it in my piggy bank and I save that. I have not yet had a full $20 that I was able to put into here, but maybe April will be my month. We'll see. We'll see. Car maintenance, I do need to put that back up to 100 because I got an oil change, but that's not in my budget for this month because I want to pay off that card, but we'll see. Maybe I will. What else do I have in here? Budgeting, household, pet expenses, gas, self-care, stuff I forgot to budget for. Passport and find me gluten-free are the only other two things I have in here. Passport and find me gluten-free. These are just like little dollar something. Passport is $1.77. I put away every single month, and find me gluten free is $1.84. I put away every single month. I stopped filling all of my sinking funds except for these two because they're just less than $2 and they're really okay. So passport renewals are not cheap, and it's easier for me to put away $2 a month, $1.77 a month. And that way, when my renewal is due in like 8 years, I will have the money already set aside and I won't have to try to come up with the $200 to renew my passport. And Find Me Gluten Free is an app on my phone that I do use now that I have celiac. And you can use it for free, but if you have celiac, they have an option to find you the most celiac friendly, and that is part of the paid program. And it helps you sort and find you restaurants in your area. And it's good for local if you live in an area like I live with a lot of options, especially ones that are like closing and opening constantly, because I live in the Austin area. So there's always a lot of options that I don't know about. Or if you're traveling, and you don't know where you are. That's when I started using it, is when I was traveling. I was going to Tennessee, and to find options that have safely gluten free, because the worst thing would be to be sick while you're on the road. Like I was saying, I was sick the last couple of days, and I'm just thankful I was home near my own bathroom and not out somewhere, because it's the worst. Um, anyway, this is worth it for me. Um, I think it was, I guess it was like $20 for the year because I'm halfway there and I'm at $11, but it was worth it. If you have celiac or gluten intolerance, I recommend this app because it's definitely, I've used it enough to make it worth it for me. That is all I am doing. The only other thing I have is my 52-week savings challenge. Every week, every paycheck, I put $53 in here. And then I do that savings backwards and forwards. If you are not new, I mean, if you are, yeah, if you are not new, you've heard me explain this many times. But this is where you save the week of the year. So on week 1 of the year, you're supposed to save $1. On week 2, you save $2. All the way up to week 52 of the year, you save $52. Because I get paid bi-weekly, you have to save $2 2 weeks at a time, which means at the last 2 weeks of the year, I would have to save week 51 and week 52, which would be $103, which at the end of the year for me would be nearly impossible. So I decided to do this backwards and forwards. So on the first paycheck of the year, I saved week 1 and week 52, saving $53. And on the second paycheck of the year, I saved week 2 and week 51, which was $53. And I'm doing it inside the first week, the last week, and all the way in. And it's $53 every single paycheck, which is manageable for me in my budget. I am also saving $1 for my nephew every week, my great nephew. I'm saving his age. He's not a year yet, but you can't save, well, you can't save $0, but I'm not going to. So I am saving his age. And Sunday morning, as I was getting on the cruise, I got a picture from my nephew and his wife, and they were holding baby Joe and an ultrasound. So baby Joe is going to be a big brother. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do this savings challenge for baby Joe and baby Joe's baby sibling, or if I'm just going to save this challenge and make this a fun challenge to do with the nephews or niece and nephews. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this because Joey, my nephew, baby Joe's dad, has told me that he wants 4 babies and he wants them pretty close together. And Aunt Beck doesn't know that she can afford to do this savings challenge for 4 babies. And that's just one of my nephews. I have, like I said, my sister had 5 kids. Now, my niece is married to a female. I don't anticipate any children from that union. And the other three, the youngest is only 15. He is not married. And the other two are not married, but one is in a relationship and has been for a few years. So I don't know if he will be married. The other one is not even in a relationship that I am aware of. So as of right now, I don't anticipate any other nieces or nephews coming along, but who knows? You never know. They are, all in their 20s, so they could be having babies. And then Nathan's kids are getting older, and I claim them. So I've known them since they were babies too. Not babies, but pretty young. Who knows? I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna see, but for now, I'm saving $1 a week for baby Joe, for his age, and I will cross the savings bridges when I get to them. So what I have left is $540.42. Why do I have $200 less than I thought I should? I should only have $50 less, and I have $200 less. I feel like I put extra money somewhere, but I'm out of time to look. It's 7:50 and I have to go to work. I am so bad at using this. That is not what I wanted. Y'all, why do I do this to myself? I hope you saw what I did because I didn't see what I did. So I put 125 in groceries, which I said. I put 15 dining out, 10, 60, 50, 25, 50. Is that what I said? Yep, 50, 25. Oh, there's my mommy calling me because it's time to talk to my mom. I'll call her right back. Okay, well, I'm going to move this money. What I do is I put this money down in my rollover. So I'm going to put this money in my week 2, which will be when I use it. So $540.42 will be what I have to budget next week, since I don't have a paycheck next week. So $540.42 will be next Friday when we come back, will be what I budget. I am going to, not right now because I have to call my mom back and go get breakfast and get ready for work. But that will be, I'm going to try to find where I messed up because I'm missing about $100-ish. I think I might have double booked something, or maybe I forgot to write something down that I put in here. I don't know. I'll find it. But and if you see where I put it, please let me know so I can pull it out and make sure I have enough money for my next week's budget. Anyway, I'm going to sign off. Again, thank you all so much for sticking with me and for watching this video. If you made it to the end, you're the rock star and I love you. Thank you so much. If you are not yet and you would like to be, please consider subscribing so you can come along with me, get all these fascinating tips on how to use YNAB and how to budget, and just awesome. Be awesome. If you would please give this video a thumbs up on your way out. I hope you are having a fantastic day wherever you are, and I will talk to you later. Bye.